your boy Marcus Holman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your host of the #1 podcast coming to you live in America. And today we have a very special tag team duo, Miss Ayana and Mr. Siree Morris. They are a dynamic couple that is changing the game. Miss Ayana, starting with ladies first, Miss Ayana Morris made her mark in Black history by opening the first Black-owned drive-in movie theater called Newark Moonlight Cinema with her husband, Mr. Siree Morris. The success of Newark Moonlight Cinema is one of the most feel-good viral stories to come out of this pandemic. In 2020, Miss Ayana Morris made her directorial debut with the compelling visuals from Ras Baraka's What We Want, the first single and title track from his spoken word album. In 2018, Mrs. Morris teamed up with the award-winning international director Udu Olani to co-direct the documentary Baraka, Why Is We Americans? The film is produced by Lauryn Hill and Oren Moverman. Her husband is also a big-time mover and shaker. Mr. Siree Morris is a real estate developer who believes in investing in his community, one property at a time. He told the New York Times, "This right here is personal to me. This man is on a mission." Mr. Morris is innovating, building homes by creating New Jersey's first multi-family house made out of shipping containers. In March of 2020, the city of Newark announced the designation of a Fairmount Commons to Mr. Siree Morris's firm, MCI Construction, and his partner, Richmond Affordable Housing Corp. This couple is dynamic. This couple is incredible. And they're a team that is on a mission. The ultimate goal for them both, they both agree, is to tell compelling stories that push the narrative of their culture and their community. So without further ado, let me welcome to the stage Mr. and Mrs. Morris, Ayana and Siree Morris coming to the stage. Yay! We love you guys. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. Awesome. Tell us, give us some insight as to you guys' phenomenal story. Tell us what motivates you guys and gets you guys excited in the morning.
Sleep.
Absolutely sleep. Sleep is necessary. It absolutely is necessary. One of the key things though, what inspired you all to go in the direction and start a movie theater?
Well, our journey to become an entrepreneur started well before the drive-in movie theater. When me and Siree, we met as college sweethearts, we decided to come back to Newark and remain in our community and, open business here because we believe in the growth of Newark. We believe in Newark residents and we believe in making an impact in our community. So at one time I was teaching and he was a civil engineer. He had recently lost his job, and I had also lost a teaching position, and we decided hey, this is the perfect time to go after our dreams and pursue entrepreneurship. That's something that we talked about a lot. At the time he was working, but finding ways and sneaking online at work, looking up different opportunities for him in terms of business. And once we kind of came to this crossroad of losing our consistent employment, we was like, hey, look, let's do it. And not to mention, we also were staying at my mother's house, which is supposed to be temporary. So it's supposed to be like a little layover. You know how you get on one flight, wait at the airport, then go to another flight. Like that was supposed to be a layover. And then that turned into
final destination
for a few years. Turned to a last stop. But while we were there, we was like, this is the only opportunity we'll have where we don't have to worry about bills. We just had our first child who was like 1 year old. So we was like, let's just go for it. It made my mother kind of mad because she was like, wait, I thought y'all were only supposed to be here for 3 months. 3 months turned into 3 years. And then from there, we built our real estate development firms, which Siree spearheads. And then last year in the pandemic, after I finished my documentary, I was like, I need something to do pretty much. So I was like, I want to open up a drive-in movie theater. We had talked before about opening up a movie theater. It's been a real passion of mine. And when I brought the idea to him, it was not a hard sell, which is a good sign. He was with it from the jump. And then it just took off. 45 days later, we was opening up Newark Moonlight Cinema.
Word.
That's word. That's word.
Just walk around, people just clap for me.
That's what's gonna motivate me in the mornings. I just wake up, the hand claps like.
So that's major, y'all. That's huge. So it's huge. You guys are inspirational, right? And so is that tag team, right? That's the union. That's the community that you all rallied behind and you got inspired and you were on the same accord, right? That's the biggest thing, is getting your partner to buy in and getting your partner to sell in and say, hey, I have this idea. Do you support me? Or what do you even think? And to blend in, that's truly phenomenal for you two to come together, husband and wife, partner, Bonnie and Clyde, well, not Bonnie and Clyde because they died, but husband and wife, and work together. That's phenomenal. That's huge. And so is there a difference between a cinema and a theater?
So a theater is like when you go to watch a play, even though we've adapted the term movie theater. A cinema is a structure that houses multiple movie screens.
Absolutely. So what attracted you to the drive-in concept where people can sit in their cars, right? Well, explain that. Explain your concept and why you chose that route. I'll let the expert speak.
Well, for me, like I mentioned about our Instagram, someone's calling my son through Instagram on my phone to play Fortnite, I'm sure. So my documentary pre-screened at a festival here in New Jersey, and they adapted the pop-up drive-in movie theater concept because of the pandemic. You know, movie theaters was closed. There was not an opportunity for people to watch movies in an enclosed space. My husband, you know, was my partner, so we went to the screening together, of course. And from there, I was like, wait, like we can do this. And the way the setup they had was so simple, like it was very doable. And I was like, we can do this on our own. And he was with it.
Yeah, that's where the civil engineer come in at, the technicality. So we actually went to a drive-in movie theater. It was probably like 2 hours away. I think it was like upstate New Jersey.
Upstate New York.
Well, not. Well, yeah, kind of like upstate New York. And we went there and we see how they laid it out. And I'm not saying like it's easy, but we looked at it, it's like, it's a relatively simple concept, in theory, right? So we went there, we did our due diligence, we took our notes. I actually, even when we moved into a bigger location this year, I actually still was looking at the original notes to kind of compare, what we did last year versus what we saw when we went to the first one, to kind of make some adjustments on the site now. So, so we did our homework, and when we seen it, we was like, yo, we could do this. We build buildings and houses and stuff, and she makes films and productions. I'm like, we can put this together. So, we was fortunate enough to kind of combine forces and, make it work.
Sorry, my son.
That's okay. That's okay. This is a family show. This is still a family show, right? And so that's huge, right? When you all saw the writing on the wall and you were able to adapt. So you all opened in a pandemic, right? You all built this thing out, worked together, and structured this out in a pandemic. Tell us, this is Women's History Month. And so can you tell us a woman that you admire or that you hold in high regard?
That's the one. They put me on the spot. There's a few. Definitely my mom. I'm gonna have to say her first. If I didn't say her first, she would be calling me and yelling at me. But definitely my mom. She was a single parent. My mother went to school, took her 10 years to finish her bachelor's degree, then went back to school to become a physical therapist, then went back to school to get her realtor license. So my mom's always been a hustler, always trying to figure out how to improve our quality of life, always wanting to be independent. So she's definitely inspired me a lot to just, be myself, be authentic, and, go for it. Another person would be Issa Rae. That's my BFF in my head. She just don't know it yet, but as soon as I'm climbing up the ranks, Issa, because me and you, we have synergies that we have to align. And it's been forecasted that you and I are supposed to be friends. And she's inspired me because she is very genuine about who she is and what it means to be a Black woman in society, whether it's you're an awkward Black girl or you're, I don't know, traditional Black girl, for lack of a better term. But she embraces her quirkiness and she put that on display. So I thought that was very brave. And just to see her come up from YouTube to HBO, like, it's very inspiring for me as a filmmaker.
And you know, being that it's Women's History Month, I got a few. I got to start with the trifecta. Is my mom, my grandmom, and my aunt. You know, those are the ladies who kind of put this thing together before they gave me off to my wife. And you know, I like to think that, you know, they all gave me something, like, you know, that I utilize today. Like my aunt, she's a hustler. You know what I mean? Like in the highest regard, she gonna make it happen. You know, my mom, she's sincere and she real and she honest about like who she is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope. And my grandmother is just an OG. You know what I mean? She don't take no smack. You know what I mean? Like, you know, long as you don't cross the green, you ain't got to get in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a lot like my grandma. She really. She really just so like.
Miss Maz don't play.
She don't play at all, right? And I think, like, you know, they all kind of got me to a point where they could graduate me and transition me into my wife, who I think she got her own flavor, you know what I'm saying? But she encompasses, like, you know, some of the best qualities of them, you know what I'm saying? But in a collective standpoint. So, you know, as a child, when you get older, you kind of indirectly date the people that you know, help raise you, you know what I mean? Like, or you look for people that have similar traits. And I think in my case here, I was kind of fortunate to have those traits, right? But her to also have a different set of traits and values that she actually added to the pot to help me become a better person.
He got me, y'all. He got me. That was powerful. And we got to give a shout out to the moms. I can't do nothing less. Shout out to moms everywhere, right? Just cover the whole gambit. But that's powerful. And you all are phenomenal couple. We have one quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We will be back with the phenomenal Miss Ayana, Mr. Siree Morris. You guys stay tuned, stay with us. We'll be right back. Good day, podcast listeners. This is your boy, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I wanted to let you guys know that we will be rolling out a new feature and adding a join sponsor button next to the subscriber button here at the bottom of your screen. Once you click the button, it will display 3 membership levels. Gentleman Gentry, which is our entry level. Duke Duchess, which is our season level. And the Emperor and Empress, which is our most sophisticated level, which you will receive unique perks and benefits at each differing level and gain access to our community tab. We will also be sharing polls, upcoming events, and interviews, as well as receive feedback from our sponsors directly. Your support helps me find new and exciting guests to bring to the stage live. Well, in order to get the higher end speakers, it requires, well, some, you guessed it, money. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. And if becoming a sponsor sounds good to you, then select the join button below and choose your desired sponsor level. Let's continue to grow and serve the future of generations of men and women to come. Love you guys. Bye. Hey everybody, we are back with the incredible, phenomenal, super fragilistic, expialidocious Mr. Ayana and Mr. Siree Morris of Newark Moonlight Cinema. And today they are spilling the tea. If you missed it, right, they just broke down who inspired them. This is Women's History Month. Who inspired them and who led the charge and who gave them the initiative, the drive, the motivation to be the hustlers, the power couple. I'm going to say power couple that they are today. And so if you missed that, go back, tune in, and subscribe to this channel. You don't want to miss any second of this. Mr. Morris, Miss Ayana, tell us, what is the biggest obstacle that you all had to overcome in building out your cinema, your movie cinema?
I'm gonna let him take this one.
Right. So, you know, as we have ascended in our respective real estate and entertainment industries, we have ascended to a level where we have to move a certain way to make sure that everything works together, right? So I would say, our biggest obstacle to date is. That's a good question. That's a good one. I got
so many.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. I would say I'm trying to give it politically correct for sure. Our biggest obstacle today, I think, is getting people to understand the true value of what we bring in this pandemic for our community, right? I think in everything that we actually faced, and all the obstacles, the trials, the tribulations that we currently going through right now, which is unfortunate. I think that that's the hardest part, is actually getting people to see our vision, right? But not only to see our vision, to want to see our vision and help in a way which we can grow the vision so we can do something that's cool and dope for the community. That's not everybody who doesn't see our vision, but I think that's our biggest struggle. We have a ton of support out here. Everybody who hears about it, they want to support us. They are supporting us, right? But it's just certain key pieces that we need them to understand our true value and what we actually mean for the community and for the Black and brown people who are the constituents of this great city of Newark.
Yeah, raise a fist. I had to raise a fist for that. That you represent the culture, brother. The culture.
That's I go into politics one day.
You got my vote. You got my vote, brother. That's super.
Politically.
That's major, and that's true, right? So the biggest thing is support, right? Community, right? That's you all's motto. That's the theme, is community and coming together and being one and supporting one another and uplifting one another. It's not about who does it the best, even though this next question I'm going to ask you guys is about competition, but it's not about that. It's let's uplift each other, because you all don't just, it's not just a consumer-based business where you're taking from the community. You're also giving back. You're building in your own community. And guess what you also do? You hire. So guess who you hire? You hire within your community. You're not taking overseas. You're not bringing people from foreign countries. You're hiring within your own home. And that's major. And that's what people forget. And that's why I think we were going with the politically correct, is we are, the biggest obstacle is getting us all on one page, getting us on the same code. So that's major. Well said. So what sets Newark Moonlight Cinema apart from its competition?
Oh, you want the secret sauce?
It's about the experience. When you come to a Black event, it's gonna be extra. So we make sure we deliver on the extra, and that means opening our doors 2 hours early, playing some of your favorite cookout music. When we first started, we were cooking out on a grill. We had like a big industrial sized grill making all the burgers and hot dogs. So yes, you was getting your hot dog fresh from the grill. And who don't love a good hot dog in the summertime when the sun is setting and the music is going and the vibe is right? And we actually was recently featured in Variety, where they talked about reinventing the movie going experience and how we've been able to do that at Newark Moonlight Cinema. Like when we played Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman passed away, we made it a point to honor his legacy and to even turn Newark Moonlight into Wakanda, because we had to, when we celebrated big, and we had all of our staff dressed in African garb. Our concession ladies, they were in the Dora Milaje costumes. I was Queen Ramonda. He was Black Panther the father. Our oldest son, Siree Jr. He was T'Challa, and our youngest son was Killmonger. He had the little faux locks and everything. He was lit. So it's all about creating the experience around watching the movies, and we try to make sure that we deliver on that.
And I just wanted to add too. So the one thing that I think you get when you come to our theater. We were very fortunate, honestly, in kind of how we put it together with the staff. I want to give a big shout out, to the staff who helped us get to this point, those who we had to let go, those who stayed on, because they are part of our journey. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, they were kind of dope. They understood like customer service, and they understood being nice. They was very professional. Sorry, very professional. And at Moonlight, we got a model. We tell our employees, like, listen, we just your boss and here, right? But everybody out there who purchases a ticket is your real boss. Because if they don't come and they don't have a good time, they don't have the best time that they have ever, they're not going to come again, and we can't pay you. We just an intermediary between your real bosses and your paycheck. You know what I mean? So we try to make sure that they really understand that. And also too, like the first time, like the first day, this is one of the things I want to add to what in terms of experience. Like the first day when it happened, I'm in real estate. I'm gonna keep it 100. I buy some land. I build a building. People gonna live. That's it. It's easy. It's easy. That's a formula. But with consumer-based businesses, you at the mercy of people. You know what I mean? So I'm not used to that. I'm not used to investing money and hoping people will come. I'm like, nah, that don't work, right? So, venturing out with my wife. So when people came, like when they first came, at first I seen a few cars. I'm like, oh man. Then like our first day, we had over like 300 cars. Yeah, I was so emotional. I ain't cried nothing like that. I cried at home though, but I ain't cried in. You know what I mean? I cried. But I literally thanked every car that came. Period. Right.
Yes, as they were exiting. Like walking up to thank you. Hope you had a good time.
And I think that was something that we actually kept going throughout the whole time. So when people leave, we play the music. We had the kids out there with us, depending on how late it is. But we have us and like probably all our staff, and we out there playing music. We dancing. We just bugging out, and saying bye to people. And I think that what made it such a great experience is that people had fun. You know what I'm saying? We're fun owners. You know what I'm saying? We had a fun staff, and we wanted to make sure that everybody left feeling good. And I think for the most part, everybody who we heard, they liked it. And they said they had a really, really good time. So, we want to continue that. And, we think we got some good foundation. We got a good foundation to kind of grow the brand.
Major. That's huge, y'all. That's huge. That is powerful, right? You don't see that level of customer service. You don't see that level of customer service on 10 like that in most businesses. It's black, white, Hispanic, anywhere. That level of gratitude and phenomenal. I'm glad that you guys had such a great experience with 300 people showing up on Grand Opening. You deserve it.
No,
and it shows.
I'm sorry. It was 300 cars. It was over 600 people. It was just 300 cars. It was over 600 people.
Yes.
It was people coming in packs of 10s. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
It was crazy.
It was insane.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
That's incredible. And that is a testament to the hard work that you guys, the foundation that you built, right? Just like you said, when you build that real estate property, I know I'm gonna put tenants in this building. They're gonna show up. People need a place to live. They need a roof over your head. Customer services, am I providing enough value? Am I serving the community in the right way? Am I doing this the right way? And that's the question mark in any business owner mind when it's customer service based. So you're right, and it shows in your value and the secret sauce that you just spilled. So thank you for spilling that tea. That was huge. We have one more commercial break. And I'm muted. This is the phenomenal Miss Ayana and Mr. Siree Morris. We'll be right back. Quick, short commercial break.
I'm Marcus Norman, bringing fresh vibes to hot topics surrounding culture, relationships, business, finance, sex, dating, faith, and everything in between. Whether you're into passive income opportunities, trending topics and useful relationship tips, or dynamic guest speakers, there's something for everyone. You can expect all that and more every week. If you're down with this content, then consider joining our growing community by subscribing to Gentleman Style Podcast and smash the bell to get on our VIP list. Your support means the world. Thanks for watching. Link to my channel.
Hey everybody, we are back. We have the incredible Mr. Ayana and Siree Morris of Newark Moonlight Cinema, and they are just incredible, and they're sharing how they run their business from a community standpoint, a customer service standpoint, and how powerful and dynamic and how they are changing literally the landscape. That's no pun intended. They're changing the landscape of Newark, New Jersey. And so tell us, what is your favorite way to give back to the community?
I'll go first. For me, initially, it was affordable housing. Like, I thought that, us doing that and, making that commitment to build quality, affordable housing was like the peak of how you can give back to the community. But honestly, once we opened up the drive-in and we were able to provide people with job opportunities and, even our own family who work, we have a few family members that work in our business and really try to grow. Several of them. And trying to grow collectively and being able to employ people. It makes you, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel good. It's like, especially during the pandemic, and a lot of our employees were like college students who were home from school. That couldn't go back to school because they couldn't move into the dorms, and they were looking for something to do. And we really created like a little small community of like expat students here in Newark, and they all worked together and shared experience and was able to like find a camaraderie around missing out on a college experience. And we were able to kind of fill that void for them. So that's the highlight, being able to give job opportunities and to work with young people and inspire them to pursue their dreams.
Yeah, and me, the one thing I like getting back to the community is like when I kind of speak to them or when I interact, is tell them to embrace themselves and keep it real and be real, right? Because that's the thing that separates our driving, right? I've kind of been thinking about that question, like what separates our driving? What separates our driving is that we don't follow the standards, period, right? We create our own Black experience, right? And it's not to say when we say Black experience, that doesn't mean that we're excluding other races of people or something like that, but we creating something that's organic and that's authentic to our community and who we are as people, right? So whenever I speak to people, whether it's we speak at schools, we speak, public speak, we do podcasts, we've been shot right, whatever, I personally always try to encourage people to dive deeper into themselves and who they are, and don't try to conform to societal norms. Like, I think the one thing us is minorities, I even hate that word, is Black and brown people, in America or just in this world and stuff, we kind of always get like suppressed, right? We got to act a certain way when we're in certain circumstances around certain people and stuff like that. Nah, bump that. I always encourage people to be more themselves. Don't be afraid to get what you want. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to be rich. Don't be afraid to be great. If you like painting, paint. If you like balling, ball. Whatever it is, dive deeper into who you are and don't conform to anything, because it's not necessary. We the culture. We define cool. We define finance. We define everything that's cool in this society and in this world, honestly. So they follow us. So we need to be more of us to gain more market share and more power within this community and within this world and this country.
I didn't know where he was going with that, y'all. I didn't know where he was going with that. He was just emotional. Y'all saw the passion come out. He was just like going in. I was like, this is Michelle Obama. Like, listen to me, y'all. But that's true, right? And that's major because that's the truth. Because when I look at you two, I see a future. It gives me hope. And so the people that work for you, the young people that work for you, the young people that see you can say to themselves, they look like me, which means I can do this. I can come up. I don't have to be a victim of my current circumstances. I don't have to stay here, right? If they can do it and they look just like me, same skin tone as me, Black like me, heart like me, love like me, I can do this too. And so what you two said, what you two picked on was the exact stigma that dogs us all. And so breaking those curses, breaking through those barriers, and breaking through those negative beliefs, those negative mindsets is truly, truly phenomenal. How can my audience connect with you? Give them applause, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. Give them another applause, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy. I never expected them. I never expected this. This is all live, y'all. So how can people connect with you? What blockbusters that you guys got coming to the stage? What do you guys, what's next?
So we are relocating Newark Moonlight Cinema. We are really excited about our new location because it's a bigger operation. We went from 1 screen to 3 screens with the restaurant on site and dining greenhouses. So, we're really trying to bring our A game this year and just amplify the great experience that we created last year. If you want to connect with us, we're on social media on Instagram at Hollywood Rebel. And I'll let you go.
Oh yeah, and we at my Instagram is at Developers R Us. I tell people all the time. People always say, Siree, I done hit you on Instagram. I'm like, listen, man, you got to find me on Google. But I'm getting better though. My wife used to run my Instagram for a while. I'm more active now. I'm kind of on it. I'm doing better.
Hit him on the gram. DM him. He will respond.
I'll get to you.
I'll make sure.
I'm getting better. Right. But also too, I wanted to say what my wife kind of didn't speak about was what's so dope about our new location. It's our old hood. It's our old projects. It got tore down though, right? So it's a sentimental value for it. You know what I mean? So
yes, we're moving to I grew up, my entire family comes from Baxter Terrace projects here in the city. They tore the projects down about 15 years ago. The lot has been sitting vacant since then. And now we are moving Newark Moonlight Cinema to this location. The ancestors have spoken. They are pleased. They told me in my dreams. And when I walk past the land and we out there steamrolling it now, they telling me that they are proud and that they are happy that we are giving this lot new life because it's just been sitting nothing on it for over a decade now. So I'm really excited to be able to do that. We had ran into a little bit of issues, but I told my husband, I need this site. This is the location I need. It's very nostalgic for me. It's very sentimental for me. And I'm happy to be able to do something dope on it. And
I wanted to say, so when the ancestors call her, they send me a text message like, you need to work on this, brother. So they be calling her. They give her the motivation, the hype, and we be back in working the technicalities to pull this thing off. You know what I mean? But also in addition to, besides we move it to a 7-acre site. God willing, fingers crossed. We got some people in the community. We got some leaseholders who understand the vision, is trying to work with us so that we can actually increase the footprint to provide ice skating rink in the wintertime, maybe some outdoor skating options in the summertime. So, we working with them. They working with us. They trying to, we trying to finesse some more extra space for us and stuff. So I really want to give a special thanks to Newark Housing Authority, the Board of Commissioners, the Executive Director, Victor Cirillo, Greg Good, we talk to all the time and stuff for, allowing us to have the site. And also just to see the vision early, and kind of work through all of the 1,000 steps to get here. They've been holding our hand. They've been a great partner. And we look forward to doing something cool. We also hiring, we also hiring Newark Housing Authority residents. Is affordable, is the largest affordable housing developer in the city. We're hiring some of the residents as a part of working with them on a project. So it's like a real partnership where they work with us on the land. They see the vision. We give jobs. So I think that's that's the Newark community coming together, holding hands and making sure that we could do something that could be replicated in cities throughout. So, we want to say thanks, man, and real appreciative to everybody who supported us.
Amen. Amen. Let the church say amen. And the ancestors have spoken. We got the land, y'all. We got the land, and they're breaking ground, and they're plowing through it. Mr. Ayana, Mr. Morris, I appreciate you so much for coming to the Gentleman Style Podcast shit. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day, your busy schedule to give back in this way. I consider this community support. Thank you so very much.
One other thing too, can't forget, we wanted to thank the mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka, his administration, his staff for seeing the vision and holding the line for us. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to do some things like this and to elevate to the level we have without having the support. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the support just because we got it. We worked hard. We have a proven product, and it's nothing more. He wants to do a lot in regards to people who are from the community, who are doing good things, and who are excelling and giving other opportunities. So I want to thank the mayor, councilwoman, Magava, and just the administration and stuff for just helping us out, man, and holding the line and really holding our hands through this process. We really thank them.
Absolutely. Applause for them. We thank them. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, and I hope to follow up with you as you guys grow. We want to grow with you. My audience now are connected to you. Check them out, NewarkMoonlights.com. Check them out. Connect with them, grow with them, and watch their journey and stay in game. I want to thank you guys, my audience, for tuning in to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. This has been a phenomenal episode. I hope this message has served you. I hope it's inspired you. And I hope we have been able to serve and give back to the community and just change our mindset. One mindset is shifted, then that does it for me. That changed the mindset. So huge. Thank you all for tuning in. Like I always end every show, take care of your family, take care of your friends, and take care of business. This is Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show and Mrs. Ayana and Siree Morris signing off. Love you guys. Bye.